shop talk, and yeah, you know the deal. Chillin' with the SmokeFellas, and yeah, we keep it real. Lucky, Lefty, Ben, and KDL. Sit down for lady talk with Smoke and Joe as well. Sit down and watch the shop talk. Sit down and come to shop talk. Go ahead, puff the cigars up. You ain't ready for us. Come enjoy the shop talk.
Yo, what's up? What's up? This is your boy, Ben, aka Mr. Smokefella, coming straight from the sanctuary where we are about to give you Humidor Sports Podcast by way of SportsZone Chicago, baby. So, like I said, what's up, people? Right now, I'm putting smoke in the air with a nub Cameroon. I'm pairing this with my coffee that has, it got that basil in it today. So I want to bring my boys to the stage. I'm gonna start off with it's 5 o'clock somewhere. My boy with the left hand, Lucky Lefty. Let's go.
There it is, baby. What's going on, people? Definitely it's 5 o'clock somewhere. This your boy Damani, aka Lucky Lefty. Y'all already know what it is. It's definitely 5 o'clock somewhere, and we already started. Starting off with a little basil. Kind of crossover from last night. It was a beautiful night. We had a great time. I'm smoking on the Asylum today. You know, I took it back to the Asylum 13. Just a little something, man. So we about to get it in. So let's go.
Hey, breaking news: Clemson, 21-7, getting the brakes beat off of. But we're gonna carry on as I bring my man straight out of Harvey, one of Thornton's finest, KDL 33.
What's happening, people? How y'all doing? How y'all doing out there? Saturday land. How y'all be? Let's get it going. Last night was a long night for me. So I'm drinking coffee. Period. Coffee and water, baby, to get me through. Later on, Damani took the words out of my mouth. Asylum 13, you know how I get down, one of my favorite sticks. It is what it is. We just have to match sticks today. It is what it is. Let's get it.
I knew you had that water to your left or your right, baby. I know that.
You already know, baby.
Whenever KDL 33 had a long night, best believe he got coffee and water.
Yep.
Always.
That was our fact.
All right, today we got a special guest because we don't have PG 69 or Sly Dog on, so we are bringing our resident DJ Serengeti. Say what's up to the people, my man.
What up, everybody? What's happening? Coming to you straight live from the study in the Airbnb in Michigan, New Buffalo, Michigan, man. Y'all got to get out here, man. This place is fat.
You out there in the boondocks.
Yeah, I'm out here in the woods for real. It's Michael Myers out here for real. But
be careful at night.
What's up, Nick? What's up, Nick?
Oh, me and Michael Myers, we got it in last night, brother. Me and Michael Myers got it in. Like you said, it's been a long night for me, long weekend for me. So starting off with some water, but soon as I leave this podcast, going to this whiskey brewery with my I ain't afraid of no drink shirt on.
Damn.
Get it in.
Damn.
Well, fellas, I know I'm testing out a new camera, so I'm a little.
Why the hell you so far back?
It's because I'm getting a wide screen, to show the full sanctuary for some other setup. So I was testing out this camera, and after the first break, I'm gonna switch back so you can see this lovely, beautiful beard of mine. So,
no, I like this angle better.
Yeah, that was fine. The further
this
away
angle's fine.
got.
This angle's stay.
You can stay like that, man.
Stay like that.
Yeah,
like that
put that light off.
Wow. So we cut the light off. But Gandy, hey man, I'm glad you on the show, man, because this is gonna be your last probably show because you out there.
You gonna kick the man off the show?
No,
what's up, Shinka? What up?
Michael Myers gonna get to him, and that's gonna be all she worked.
Hey man, I got a lot of deer brooks that's out here protecting me, man. They've been looking out for a brother.
Gandy, don't run into no bears and nothing like that out there.
Man. If I see you on when animals attack, I'm gonna laugh my ass off after I check on you. Though. I'm gonna check on you first. Because you my boy.
You though, because the Smokefella will be out here, man. This spot is fat. I'm gonna book it for him.
Let's do it. Let's do it.
I'm not gonna check on him. I'm just gonna laugh.
Dang, but he a fella.
You already kicked the man off the show.
And he a fella.
You know?
I ain't kick him off the show, but he out there in the boondocks, and Michael Myers or Jason gonna get to him.
On Halloween.
I say by 2:05. As soon as we end the show, he gonna be at the door.
What's funny is we having a Halloween party tonight too. So man, he gonna have a lot of us to kill.
Dang.
Hey, who you going as? Uncle Clifford?
Oh, come on, man.
Come on, man. Yeah, fella, man.
Hey, he out of town.
You know the rule when you come on the show. Protect yourself at what?
At all times.
There you go.
Man.
Protect yourself.
Shots always being fired. Man.
Terrible.
So as we always start off the show, man, we put some smoke in the air for, it could be something that's tragic. It could be something that is wonderful and great. So today we're going to put smoke in the air for the Dallas Cowboys. You would like this, Kev. If it could happen, it has happened. No Dak, no Dalton. They 2-5. Zeke is struggling. Man, so we're going to put some smoke in the air because the Dallas Cowboys are dead. No fact.
They still a game out of first place, ain't they?
So you want me to put some smoke in for the division? I'll put some smoke in for the division because the whole division.
Right, I'm just saying, but that division still make the playoffs. They ain't not
it's trash. But
hey, can we get a side note on the put some smoke in there today? Because we just found out this morning, man. Childhood hero Sean Connery passed away, 90 years old, man. James Bond, man, as a great actor, man. He did a lot of great baby. Rest in paradise, Sean Connery, man. One of my favorites.
Still to this day, the best James Bond to me.
Mm-hmm.
Right, that was old school James Bond.
Yeah.
He got me one to smash at an early age because he always had him. He had him or something. He was smashing.
Oh yeah. He was going.
He was smashing.
He was definitely going.
Hey,
yeah, that Octopussy do.
I was just going to say, Octopussy was my favorite one. Hey, Gandy, you should go as Dr. No.
Oh, come on, man.
Come on, man.
Hey, I ain't going there with you today, Ben.
Hello, man.
I'm gonna let you have your shine this morning.
Hey,
the man is a guest, Ben.
If I'm coming at you, man, that means I miss you, man. That's all. I miss you.
Hey, seriously, back to the Cowboys. They will be 2-6 as of tomorrow. Question, I don't know if we're talking about this. Does Mike McCarthy get fired? Do you just outright replace him now?
No.
Or you continue to go through the year piling up losses?
No, you don't. You don't. So what gave Mike McCarthy a pass is Dak getting hurt. And now Dalton hurt. So that gives him a pass. Even though the players are complaining. I hear you. Now he should be gone. I tripped on when they hired. I was like, what the hell are they doing? Why are they hiring McCarthy? But
big name.
But now as the GM, you can't embarrass yourself, right? You're gonna embarrass yourself by firing somebody you just hired halfway through the season.
The team don't want to play for him, man. The team that checked out on dude, man.
Look at it, Lefty. Look at it on the other side. If you're a GM, fire him and admit that you was wrong. I'm just saying.
Not mid-season.
In
the first year. It's not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen.
But I'm just saying, going to happen, man. I mean, you could go ahead and say, all right, I messed up. You got to go at the end of the season. You could. But we all know that's not going to happen. And just like Big Joe down in Florida said, Jerry won't admit he's wrong.
No, he won't. He's not.
Never.
That is, you know how that's such a bad look on the front office. If they sat there and fired him, like I said, McCarthy got the best crutch right now is that his starting quarterback is out for the year. And now his second string quarterback.
But that's not the problem,
too, bro.
Yeah, that too. You're right, Andy. They hold line.
The person that probably get fired is the defensive coordinator.
Yeah, because they are horrible on defense. Now I admit they are terrible on defense.
Oh no. They both gone at the end of the year. I said whether you do it right now or not was my question. They are both gone.
I don't know if McCarthy gone. I don't know.
Yes, he is.
Jones is that area.
Right now.
Jones is that area.
Now, I was going to talk about this later in the show, but since we got it out here now, we're going to go ahead and improvise. How would you fix the Cowboys right now, today, where they can make the playoffs?
Can't be done.
I would fire Mike McCarthy right now. The team is not playing for him right now. You say it's wrong to do right now because he's in his first year. This is clearly not working. Anytime the locker room is speaking out to the media saying the coaches do not teach us, telling this to the media. Now, this ain't locker room chatter or nothing. They are telling the media this. That means they didn't check out on him, man. So you can prolong this all you want. Okay, I agree. Don't do it right now. Season over anyway, I get it. But at the end of the year, him and the defensive coordinator is fired. Trust that.
There go that beautiful face. Y'all see it up. Look at that beard. Yeah.
Almost threw up.
Got the heebie-jeebies. Shoot.
Do you have a full cap on in the house?
I'll let Gandy go. I'll let Gandy go on this one. I'll let Gandy go.
We still talk about the Cowboys, man.
Yeah, how to fix them.
Watch. You can't fix that, man. They whole offensive line is gone. Their defense is trash. It's anarchy. Not one or two, not five people is gonna fix this team. You just gotta pack it up next off season, prepare for it because this season is done. It can't be fixed, man. There's too much going on. And so even in this whack division, if they were lucky enough to get in the playoffs, they will beat no one.
Exactly. That's a bad week. That's a bad week. That's a bad week.
You want to respond to Vanessa?
Hey, sis. Hey, listen. When people don't pay the bill, it is what it is. People ignore the disconnect, it is what it is. When the team checks out, it is what it is. It's the same concept. That's all I'm saying.
Well, I can say this: if it's a year to suck, this is the year because this is going to be a good draft. So getting some high picks, you can either trade, but now I want to see if they're going to do a trade deadline. The word is they're going to put Amari Cooper out there that he's available. So I do think I don't think there's no fixing them this year. So football is a lot different from basketball where you can make a move in mid-season during the season and kind of turn things around. Football don't work like that. That's why I think even firing McCarthy now, what you gonna do? Promote his offensive coordinator, but they don't like either. Yeah. Like they checked out on the whole coaching staff, so you can't bring someone totally new in. So it really don't matter on that part. You might as well keep him. You got to pay him anyway, so you might as well just let him coach the season out.
But it's the same concept.
Is it they don't like the head coach or they don't like the offensive coordinator?
They said the coaches, period. So I don't know what all that means.
Coaches.
Yeah,
they said coaches.
Yeah, they say coaches, so they don't single that one person out. But it could be one or the other, could be both, could be the whole goddamn coaching staff. But
But so y'all making my point. They've checked out, bro. So if they've checked out on this dude or the whole coaching staff, then let it go now.
But I'm saying, but from a business move, you're not gonna fire someone mid-season and the season's tanking anyway. It's a little different with Atlanta because they know the interim coach who took Dan Quinn's spot, and they've been actually playing good.
Playing hard for him, man.
If Gurley goofy ass would have just took a knee, they would have won last week. Yeah. But I mean that happens. They won Thursday night.
Now I got a question. Yeah, messed up my sheet, but I got a question for you. You all are saying that they ain't checked out on the coaches. For me, Dallas has checked out, period. And I'm gonna give you the prime example. Andy Dalton. What happened to him? Not one old lineman came to his bat. But then the other night, when you saw what happened to Teddy B, what happened? You saw a fight. They snatching people helmets. Man, the whole team is checked out on Dallas because you don't let that happen to your quarterback, and somebody don't get tossed. Somebody don't get a penalty. Something. Man, that's crazy. Because man, when Teddy B got hit Thursday night, man, them cats went crazy.
Well, they don't look at Andy Dalton as their leader, unlike Dak was like their leader. So Andy came in. He just came in this year. He really don't have no rapport with those guys. Like he's really trying to. He's still just trying to get in. I know. I'm with you though. You know when you let your quarterback get hit, and y'all don't, and their hands don't get thrown. Like that definitely should happen.
You was supposed to be throwing them paws, man.
Yeah, it definitely should have happened.
Somebody face mask was supposed to be yanking somebody's neck.
Facts. Right or wrong, they were supposed to take Bostic's neck off.
Man.
Yeah, but clearly they don't. They either, I don't know if it's a respect thing with Dalton, or they just don't really know him like that. Like they ain't feeling him like that. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what it is.
It could be that they all back up offensive linemen and they don't even know the damn player etiquette.
Right.
They don't know no better.
Yeah, they are. I'm going to protect my quarterback. Oh, damn, for real?
Well, the way they block clearly shows that they don't know.
But hold on, Gandy, I got to call you on that because they have been playing football all their lives. So don't tell me you don't know when your quarterback get his head taken off and he laid there lifeless for 30 seconds. You don't come in, get a penalty, get thrown out the game, put some paws on somebody. Don't tell me that.
Hey, man, I'm just saying. I totally agree with you. It's no excuse. But it's funny that you noticed that because I didn't.
Man, that's crazy.
I noticed it immediately.
Because Dallas was on and I refused to watch it. There was too many other games on.
That's just like if you're playing basketball and somebody hard fouls your teammate. Somebody got to either push dude. I ain't gonna say still on me, but somebody got to push dude. Like it has to be some type of response. This is your teammate, bro.
Got to be some type of melee. It got to be a melee.
Yeah. It got to be. It got to be. It is what it is. This is sport.
It's easy to get you a punch in or something in football, man. Lefty, you play. You know,
very
easy.
Real easy to get it in.
Very easy. I did it a lot.
There's too many people on the field. Refs don't see everything. You can get a shot in. You can definitely get a shot in.
Come on. If you grab dude's helmet and shake him like he don't make that shake like your girl. If you get mad at your girl and you don't want to hit her, you give her a shake.
Give her that hard shake. I do want to bring up a point before we move on.
You be giving them baby shaking hate syndrome.
Right. Before we move on, though, I do want to go to the point though. I was really shocked Bostic wasn't suspended at least a game. The hit was clearly dirty, and I think the NFL. I understand superstar treatment. I get it. If that was Patrick Mahomes, Tom Brady, even Ben Roethlisberger, dude would have been suspended. Like it was clearly a dirty hit. He targeted that man. That was one of the dirtiest hits I've seen in years.
Total disrespect for Andy Dalton.
Now to get in this at least a game is ridiculous.
What you got?
They ended up suspending the defensive tackle Harris on that play on the hit on Teddy Bridgewater. They ended up suspending him, but not John Bostic. When John Bostic's hit was way more violent, and it was way more deliberate than the other dude.
That was the prototype of targeting. If you want to show what targeting means, show that hit. Because
that man slid. He was clearly defenseless, and so like you say, he didn't get stolen on. He didn't get pushed. He didn't get suspended. He got a little fine. If you break down his paycheck, that's probably like $50 to a normal person. It really didn't matter. He got the quarterback out the game and they won, man. Like the NFL got to really check that. It got to be a set rule in situations like that where the suspension is mandatory. He has to get suspended.
Yeah. Unfortunately, Dallas didn't make a big deal out of it, so the NFL didn't make a big deal out of it. Andy Dalton he just took a hit for it. You know what I mean? Literally. He was caught up. He was just caught up. Dallas didn't make a big deal. They didn't make a big deal out of it on the field or in the media. So the NFL said, "It is what it is. Y'all don't care."
But the problem is if that was Brady or Mahomes or Lamar Jackson when they faces of the league,
of course,
dude would have been ejected, fined, suspended 3-4 games.
Of course.
When that hit happened, I can only think about Boys in the Hood when he yelled out Ricky. I can see his wife like, Andy!
Hey, look, man, I ought to call some of the homies. We're going to catch up with fam.
Yeah.
Somebody was supposed to either run behind him, hit him, like something. You got to retaliate, bro. You got to do something.
Oh, yes, sir. Allen Robinson playing Sunday. Yes, sir. Let's go.
Okay.
It don't matter. They ain't going to throw the ball.
Watch your back.
I got to go with Kev. You know I'm that hard, but I mean, my God, they have not been going to my man, but We gonna come back to the Bears in a minute, man. We about to go in the box, all of us. Our panel discussion: the Dodgers. They just won the World Series. However, it's been overshadowed by Justin Turner, who tested positive for COVID in the 8th inning, placed in quarantine, and he came back on the team to celebrate with the team. At points, he had on no mask, endangering the entire team and anyone else around. What's your thoughts on that, man? KDL, I know, you know, this pandemic is near and close to your heart, man. What's your thoughts on that?
At first, I was pondering which way I was going to go with it. It's a lot of blame. It's blame on the Dodgers, who first of all found out, and they couldn't announce to the team, so the teammates didn't know. There's a game going on. So they pulled dude out the game, took him to the back, and say, hey, your test came back positive. We need you to isolate. What they left it on him. What they should have did was get him out of the stadium. They should have took him back to the hotel, no different than they would if something would have happened in his family. He'd have got out of there, they'd have got him back to the hotel or whatever. Same concept. They should have got him and his wife, say, hey, that's positive. And they say they informed his wife, right? He isolated. Then, an hour later, he came back on the field. I'm your teammate. I don't know. I don't know you got it. Wife knew. The only people that knew was the Dodgers.
She was on the field too.
Huh?
She was on the field too, taking pictures
of
cheese and Kool-Aid.
I know, because she knew. She knew.
She probably gave it to him.
She knew. But what I'm saying is, ultimately, this falls on the player.
Lefty, you call it
because that's selfish as hell. That's selfish as hell. To go out there, you standing next to a coach that survived cancer. Then you running around, you hugging, you taking your mask off. If you'd have came on that field and put your mask on and you and your wife over there celebrating, fine, right? Then you break it to the team afterwards. But no, you running around the team. It's all going to tell on itself if one of these teammates, one of the staff, somebody like that gets sick in the next week. That's when it's going to come down. That's when it's going to break.
Are they going to announce it, or they're going to keep that hidden?
No, they got to announce. They got to announce.
Season over with it.
Don't matter. Don't matter. Got to announce it because he has to be suspended. The reason why he's not suspended as of yet because they're waiting to see if somebody's going to get sick. That was selfish as hell.
What's your thought?
Same as what Kevin's saying, man. That is the most selfish thing I've ever seen in my life, man. I can get the adrenaline was flowing. You're about to win a championship. You've been doing this your whole life. You've been waiting for it. All that. I get it, man. But COVID is no joke, man. I wouldn't have even been that upset if he did crash the field and he kept that mask on. But as soon as they start taking pictures and everything, it was just totally ridiculous, man. He should be suspended at least half the year, man. That was totally uncalled for. I'm not agreeing with Kevin when saying I think the players got to know that something happened, man. He got taken out in the 7th inning. You look over at third base and Turner not in there, you're gonna know why he's not in the game.
They can't announce it during the middle of the game, bro. The game.
They probably would have figured it out. At least I would have figured out something was going on. Like, this is our star player in the 7th inning. He's gone. It got to be something medical. But either way, that's neither here nor there, as you would say. But
they might have thought he had bubble guts and had to relieve himself.
Right. All they know is or something could have happened. You know how this goes. Something could have happened in his family. If they take him out the game and take him out the dugout to the back or whatever, then they probably trying to give him some news, something happened in the family. That would have been my thought. My thought wouldn't have been, oh shit, I think he got COVID. Like, you're not going to think that way. You didn't find that out until you got to the locker room. So now you're a teammate. You're a teammate. You're like, no, bro, hold on.
So before I go to you, Lefty, I'm going to play devil's advocate, man. And, I'm just playing devil's advocate, right? He found out in the 8th inning. It's too late then. It's too late. He's been out there. He's been in the dugout. He's been, tagging out cats at third base, whatever. He's been out there. It's too late in the
touching
game.
The ball,
touching the balls, everything. So also now, Gandy, you touched on it. Adrenaline. Now this man has been with that team for 12 years. He has gone through 12 years. No fanfare, celebration, and all that. And you're gonna deny this man celebration when he the longest standing veteran on that team, man. And it's a one-shot deal. They might not get this next year, whatever. I'm just putting this out there for the sake of
I get it.
And let's talk. Lefty.
I get.
Well, you know what? You know what? I'm gonna go a step further. He shouldn't even get suspended. This all falls on Major League Baseball. This all falls on the league. First of all, if you're waiting for test results, why is he even on the field? You're waiting for results. You're waiting to see if this guy's positive, like you said. You wait till the 8th inning, and then pull this guy. He didn't already spread the shit. You know what I'm saying? Right. So it really. I'm not gonna say it don't matter at that point. They shouldn't have pulled him, but where's Major League Baseball? The other side of it. And I think that was Joey, Big Joey, one of our followers, man. He always on us, man. Love that brother, Joe. Big Joe, what's up, man? Hey, he said it best. They should have sent them out the stadium. So Major League Baseball didn't even take it serious. How is it that you test someone and you're waiting for the results? Like, that's the part they don't clear up. I get it. He shouldn't have came back on the field and celebrated when he knew he was pulled off of that. He did, man. But just like Ben said, got adrenaline. He happy. He's celebrating. But where's upper management who that ball was totally dropped? Yeah, totally dropped.
And then hold on. And then security was supposed to keep him out. He was like, "Man, bump that security. I'm going out." What type of security you got? That
ball. Major League Baseball. There's no way in the hell he should have even been playing until his results came back. How did that happen?
But wait, well, here's my thing. How did the team get tested and you waiting on his results? Like, how does that happen exactly? So everybody else is good. You just didn't have his results.
That was the second test because the first test was inconclusive.
Well, then he shouldn't have been on the field.
Then he shouldn't have played.
He shouldn't have been on the field. There's no way he should have been on the field. So Major League Baseball put their ratings and the Dodgers, they put them ahead of safety. Yeah, I understand he one of their biggest stars, but they put him ahead of safety, and that's terrible on their part, man. They got to take some heat for this.
Oh yeah, and not only that, he actually made a deal. Is the only reason that he was still on the field. He actually made an agreement with them. Look, if you just stay back with your mask on, stay out of the cut, don't go out and jeopardize anybody else, you can stay in the stadium.
Which is still horrible. It's still horrible because the man tested positive.
Right. It shouldn't have been his
got that option.
That means he's a spreader. He's a spreader. Like he shouldn't have been in the stadium. He should have
been shipped out to the nearest hospital and put in quarantine somewhere.
I said it in my opening thing. I said he should have been taken out of the stadium. Him and his wife should have been taken out of the stadium immediately. No different if something happened in his family. They would have got him out of there. The same thing. You left it up to him. So therefore, now this is why you're going to get suspended. Because you knew you tested positive. So since we left it up to you, you defied the order, which I agree with Ben. What the hell? What is this? What kind of security we got? Like, how does that happen? You're going to stop the fan from running out on the field. You can't stop a player. But that's neither here nor there. He has to be suspended because he took the liberty, knowing he tested positive, to cat his ass back out on the field. That's why he gets suspended.
I think you got to hold MLB.
Major League Baseball. No, I agree.
Major League Baseball and the Dodgers organization got to get some accountability, man. They got to take some accountability.
What's up, Ivan?
Hey, I just you guys are all right. Like you're all correct. They knew. There's no way in hell you pull a guy in the 8th inning. Like all of a sudden you have a 2-run lead in a decisive game in the World Series, and all of a sudden our testing goes into the game. No, they would. If it was a regular season game, they would have had their ass sitting on the bench in precaution.
Yeah.
Because it was a decisive game. Because it was the Dodgers getting screwed out of a World Series prior. I felt like somebody had to look the other way. And if it was the Dodgers, I really don't care because I do care about the fact that he did put his team at risk and he does need to be suspended. That's a fact. On the flip side, if they knew, I don't know if I care to punish them as much because Major League Baseball knew that the Astros and the Red Sox were cheating. They knew about that shit too.
Yeah, they did.
So for me, if it was the Dodgers as a team, like, hey, we ain't saying shit. Let Justin play. I'm gonna turn the other cheek. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna look the other way with it. But at the same time, you're right, Kev. Like, you're telling me security couldn't stop that, man. You're telling me they couldn't have just been like, hey, Justin, man, you can't do it. You can't beat.
Mm-hmm.
Like this, what they did was pretty much break. Like it made everything that they did this year look like bullshit. Everything.
Yeah.
It
was totally irresponsible. It was totally irresponsible on the Major League Baseball organization, on him individually. It was totally irresponsible.
Listen, it overshadowed the whole fact that they won a chip. Now, I got another question. Since we in the box talking about the Dodgers, Mookie Betts had an MVP series.
Best player in baseball. But go ahead.
I'm just
Stop it.
We'll argue that later. But go ahead.
He didn't win the MVP.
Be respectful.
Sega won the MVP. Any of you all got heartburn on that?
You damn right.
It could have went either way. I expected Betts to win it, but when Dude, I mean, you can look at the series Dude had. I mean, it could have went either way, man. To me, it could have went either way.
Yeah, you can't be mad. I mean, they both deserved. They both put up numbers that they said MVP, and only one person can get it. So I'm okay with it. I'm a Mookie Betts fan, though, man.
Yeah.
So, I want Mookie to get it.
Well, you know what? I think what it is. Seager, he balled out, but Mookie did it with style, and it was so like in your face. It was just ridiculous. So I think that's where you might kind of get to like, man, Mookie should have won it. He should have won it because he did it with flair and style. He got that swag. And Seager just a hard hat dude that had his hat on and he went in and did his job quietly, on point. But Mookie was just outstanding with flash. You know what I'm saying? Oh my God!
You know what actually happened though?
Boston College is murdering Clemson right now, and this is against the defense. I ain't talking about their offense.
But you know what happened with the vote? It's supposed to only be for the World Series, but I think a lot of it had to do with the playoffs too, because Seager balled the whole playoffs.
Facts.
He was the reason why the Dodgers was there, because Mookie, he was doing it with the glove the whole playoffs, but his bat didn't come alive into the World Series. Right. Seager balled the whole way out, so I think they had to reward him.
He did with his glove, and his base stealing was so ridiculous this playoff season.
That's what I'm saying. You could have went either way.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to agree with Getty over there, because it was Seager batted 400 in the World Series and put up 4 home runs as opposed to Betts' 250, and he was everywhere. He was doing everything. He was being a baseball player. He was playing baseball. That's no doubt about it.
The whole postseason.
As far as the regular season, I don't see how you can't give it to Betts. But in the playoffs, you got to give it to Seager. The entire playoffs, the entire season, he just kept that same steady pace.
Mm-hmm.
And he hit 400 in the playoffs. That's quite a feat in itself. Who else did it? Schwarber did it.
That's unheard of. That's unheard of.
Right. Seager, he did it. Yeah, the walks, the plate appearance, he had the on base percentage. He was more consistent.
Everything.
Yeah, even though him and Betts are just like right there. There's neck and neck. It just I still think Mookie could probably. I think he's the league MVP. Like that's not a doubt to me. For the World Series, it's in the numbers, and again, Seager just produced a little more.
Yeah,
exactly.
And the best player in baseball, Kevin Loud.
Mike Trout is.
But that's no here.
Mike Trout is. That's neither here nor there. It's Mike Trout.
Whatever. We're going to box on that one day. Me and you gonna go in the box on that one day.
That's cool.
I'm calling you out. We're gonna go in the box.
Neither one of you will be wrong.
My man Mookie, baby. Mookie.
All right, man. Let's talk about some other sports news, man. Sports news. Let's get into NCAA football. Like I said, right now, Clemson is getting the brakes beat off of them right now. But let's talk about right now.
Congratulations to anybody that picked Boston College and the under. Carry
28 to 10.
Right.
Wisconsin, 12 players test positive for COVID. Their game against Nebraska canceled. Game will not be made up. Big Ten just started play last weekend. What's your thoughts on that, Gandy?
I don't know what to say about it, man, because It's almost like the season is lost. They can't even postpone it, man. It's just a lost game. Big Ten, I think they just should have stuck with their guns instead of just looking at everybody else playing and say, now we want to be in this. The whole reason I think the Big Ten even got involved anyway is because of Justin Fields. They wanted him to get his Heisman. They wanted them to be in a title game and all that stuff. If this is totally an Ohio State thing. If it wasn't because of Ohio State, I think they would have sat the whole season out. This is all Ohio State. But Wisconsin, 19 players, it's just the beginning, brother. It's about to be messy.
Lefty?
I totally agree with Gandy. I think the other side of it, though, the Big Ten was looking long term as far as not being able to get recruits. People were threatening to transfer out. A lot of parents were upset. So they buckled under pressure to start playing. Now, you're talking one team out of it's like 14 teams in the Big Ten now, which I wish they would rename the damn conference, but that's no here nor there, as Kevin would say. But I mean, that's one team, and it is for them starting late and then and kind of and losing and already losing the game. You're already not playing as many games as you normally would. Losing the game. Like, how would that affect the Big Ten championship or the 14 playoff thing if Wisconsin would say they was a top 5 team? You know what I'm saying? Top 4 or 5 team. So yeah, it's messed up. I mean, I think you either stick with your guns or you come in out the gate. Like, you just come in and play like everybody else did. You do one or the other. Like, you can't, like, all this going back and forth, and now you got hit with this. So it's going to look like, oh, that was a bad move to start up late. But I still don't think it was a bad move to start late. But I think they should have started at the beginning of the season. Right?
Well, if you go back,
they got pressure. Episodes,
we all said that they elected to start late because they wanted to see how the effect of
how the conference
was going to deal with it and so forth. Now, I know, KDL, you got strong feelings about this. So
I do.
Before you go in, let's add in Trevor Lawrence, Clemson's QB1, test positive winner. Now, I'm throwing this at you, Kev. So I need you to bring this home. They lose today. They number 1. What happens? Do you take into the fact of they number 1 QB was out, or should it be next man up? You're supposed to be a team. You should be able to play. So touch on the COVID and the effect of the Big Ten and on Clemson. Let's go.
Well, first of all, it should be next man up, but we know college football is a business, and it's not like that. I stated earlier, Trevor Lawrence will play next week, particularly because they're getting blown out today. He will play next week. They'll say, he touched the negative 3 times or something like that, even though he didn't. He's playing next week, trust, because it's Notre Dame and it's money and it's a big game. That's number 1. As far as Ohio State, y'all know I felt that coming back in the middle of the year was wrong towards the end of October. Now they have no wiggle room to play with. Like, Wisconsin can't make that game up. So as a result, you lose a game. They had 8 games or something like that. You lose a game. The people you played loses a game. There's no wiggle room. You can't make it up. The Pac-12 is even more ridiculous. They start 2 weeks from now. That's even more ridiculous. They can't miss a practice. So you have no wiggle room to make up the game. It's very unfair that you're going to throw them up in the top 5, top 10, whatever, right? And now they're considered for the national championship. So now Wisconsin, and you had to know somebody was going to test positive. God forbid if it was a whole team or whatever. But you knew it's been happening all year. So if you're the Big Ten, and I know Gandy right, it's all about Ohio State. I get it. We all know that. You have no wiggle room to play with. Now, if a team tests positive, multiple players, they're going to sit you out. Now you can't play the next team, and now they miss a game. So it's a trickle-down effect. All because you wanted to get that money. You wanted Ohio State to play. Big Ten is a big conference. I know Lucky going to say that. It's one of the powerful conferences. I get it. But either you make up your mind to play at the beginning or you do not. Now you can't come in at the end of and you started playing a week before Halloween.
So
Pac-12 is even more ridiculous.
Yeah.
They still ain't started. So they have no wiggle room. What if one of these teams starts?
They're going to start on Thanksgiving.
So before you go in,
and want to play the national championship.
Right.
Eddie, I saw your hand up. So before you answer this, in your answer, you got Ohio State is number 3, playing against Penn State, number 18 tonight. Now, their games have been knockouts. These have been some of the most exciting games over the last few seasons when Ohio State and Penn State. You know what I'm saying? So go ahead, speak on, because I know you had a comment on what Kev was saying, but also put that in there.
Really, I wasn't really gonna comment on what Kevin was saying. The only thing I actually had a new question for the panel. Like, since we see that BC is beating the brakes off Clemson, and the number 1 player in college football now has the COVID, are they going to change the bowl series and everything to try and make it in favor to get Clemson picture if they can save the rest of the season?
Well,
I want to see, because we posed the same question in the NFL, like when one of the marquee names get COVID, how's the league going to react? The marquee name in the NCAA has the virus. Now, I want to see how the NCAA is.
Well, you know what? We already know. We already know the NCAA is the mob, and they're gonna do what they want to do, and they're gonna change it and fix it. But it should be a loss. A loss is a loss. It don't matter. If you're number 1 and you lose, you drop. It should not matter. It wouldn't be no different if he sprained his ankle the week before and couldn't play. It's an injury. I know COVID is more serious than injury, but he's out. He's out. And the Trevor Lawrence got nothing to do with that defense getting hands put on him and giving up 28 points to BC. So no, they should drop.
Selection already made the statement last week when they go and vote for the AP top 25 and for playoff series. They already said that they're going to take into account players that's that wasn't able to play because of COVID.
Well, that's what we just said. It's the NCAA. They do what they want to do. That's the mob part of them. That's the gangster part of them.
Little brother of the Shield.
No, I don't think the Shield is that bad. I mean, like NCAA had changed rules in the middle of the year. How do you allow a conference to come back in the middle of the year and play? Like they do what they want to do, and it's all about money. I agree with it. Everybody was saying with money. Big Joe put up.
So I assume they would do the same with Alabama now that water was gone.
Right, like James, but Big Joe put up the money bags. They gonna do whatever makes money, and it doesn't matter. They don't really care about nothing else, right or wrong. Even though I'm a Notre Dame fan, even though I don't think they are the top. I don't think they're one of the top 4 teams in the country. But for Ohio State to come in and play 1 game and leapfrog them is utterly ridiculous to me.
That's ridiculous, and that's what
ridiculous.
I was saying.
That's ridiculous.
It's totally ridiculous.
Thank you.
That's ridiculous. So they go. Even if Clemson end up losing this game, they're gonna sit there and they're gonna make they're gonna make some type of rule, COVID rule, where this loss don't count because Trevor Lawrence was out. It's just NCAA.
Hey, check it out, man. Go ahead, Ivan.
I was just gonna say real quick. I mean, it's obvious it's for Ohio State, but how can you look at the nation dead in the face and be like, all right, we're gonna allow the first 4 weeks, like the first month of the season go by. That's like prime upset season. That's what early when you find out if this team's real or not.
Yeah.
And you just pretty much took that whole first half of the schedule because teams are struggling to find who they are. To me that's bias. That's definitely playing favoritism.
That's the NCAA.
And exactly. And then on top of that, they leapfrog half the board.
Yeah. Well, Notre Dame play 4 games?
4 games.
And they got leapfrog after 1 game?
Exactly.
Question for y'all. Ivan, you too. BC hold off and win this game. They not in the top 25. Do they get bounced into the top 25 because you beat the number 1 team?
They have to. If they're hovering, they got to.
And how far down the fall?
5.
Right, they won't fall out of the top 10. They will not fall out of top 10 because of Trevor Lawrence. I'm with Kev. I don't even fall out of top 5 actually.
I'll even say they'll move people down to put them in the top 3.
Exactly, because they want Trevor Lawrence on the big stage in the playoffs. They want him there, and they're gonna move how they want to move, man. So ain't nothing you can really say.
Well, what really kills me here's the double standard. A player, the Wisconsin quarterback, Trevor Lawrence, they got to sit a game or 2, right? But if you a coach and test positive, you can coach the very next Saturday. Now explain that to me. Right. Explain that to me.
Hey, Damani Lefty called it right.
AKA
does what they want.
Just saying.
How they want to do it. And on that note, man, we're gonna pay some bills and we're gonna go to a commercial. And we come back. I'm bringing your man, Getty Cockburn. Let's go.
Yes.
All right, we done paid some bills, man, because we don't want the lights to get cut off. So we back, man. And as I said, man, we are going to bring in this one story, NCAA basketball, the ACC Big Ten Challenge. This is going to be a marquee primetime game, and our very own number 6 Illini will play number 8 Duke. So guess what? That's the return of Cockburn. Cockburn is going to be on the main screen, baby. Cockburn.
I love Cockburn. I know you better too. I love Cockburn.
Y'all better not ever go to Champagne. That's all I can tell y'all.
Gandy, don't ever say that again.
Hey,
that was a week.
Never say that again.
For everybody that didn't catch
Cockburn for everybody.
Our early episodes.
That's
man,
even worse.
Kofi Cockburn is one of the best players on our very own Fighting Illini. Kofi is his first name. Cockburn is his last name. And I mean, man, Cockburn. Come on. This is going to be on ESPN prime time, and you're going to hear Dick Vitale say he's a PT player. Cockburn.
Oh, my God.
Come on, man. Hey,
leave that man alone, man.
And that's right. Y'all better never go to Champagne, number 1. But the way they worded it on the screen, look like Illinois at the crib.
Yeah.
The way they worded.
So just imagine.
That's a huge game for Illinois.
So we number 6? We number 6 preseason?
We number 6 going in.
Yeah.
And it's all because of Cockburn, the little
and that guard.
I mean, they pro players.
Osumuyo, whatever his name is.
That pro potential. So man, they getting the marquee.
So real quick, man, I just want to go back. With a last name like Cockburn, there's really no headline you can put out there that's not gonna not feel right. So we had look, even this one, the return of Cockburn. That don't even sound right. When he pulled up the trap, Cockburn pulls out. That was terrible. No headline you can have. Where did it make sense? It's terrible.
Hey man,
it's terrible. It's gonna be terrible.
Hey man, I'm finna light up another stick. I'm going with that Oscar Superfly from Cockburn.
That don't sound right.
I'm about to see what this bloodline do for my Cockburn.
But listen,
that don't sound right.
Come on, man. Y'all out of control, man.
But come on, man.
That don't sound right.
If they're able to have fans, just imagine when the camera pan to the fans and somebody be like, "Go Cockburn."
Yeah, because he the man. Him and that guard, they the man.
Yeah.
Hey, it's a cock in the house.
Ben, that man go catch you one day.
Lay hands on him.
Man,
Hey, you know they playing
Tommy.
Listen, we are showing him love, man. So
right.
I'm just saying, he done went through it all his life, man. So us making jokes and all of that, man. The only person that's probably gonna be mad is his mama.
Cockburn ain't never got this much shine in life. That didn't sound right.
That didn't even sound right.
Ain't nothing you can do.
That don't sound right either.
Don't none of it sound right.
That don't sound
right. Hey man. But I gotta say, man, I'd like to see. We haven't seen a line at number 6 since when? 2014 was it?
Something like that. 13.
Yeah, it's been a long time since U of I have been relevant in any sport. So
they finished strong last year, though. They finished strong, man.
Yeah.
What did you say? Cockburn finished strong.
I hated that COVID hit because I really think that they could have at least gotten a Sweet 16 the way they was playing.
Oh yeah, that's right. The tournament was canceled last year. You know what I think? It's just good to see one of the state colleges, especially Illini. Like we all around the same age, so we grew up on the Fighting Illini. And man, how with and DePaul, when DePaul was good back in Ray Meyer and Joey Meyer days, it's just good to see one of the state teams back in the mix and actually being good. And hopefully this moves over to them getting more recruits, the bigger names out of the city, to actually start coming there again. Because there's no excuse with Chicago being, and I don't care what nobody from New York say, with Chicago being the Mecca, there's no way our state schools should be at the bottom of the barrel in NCAA.
Hey, listen.
Well, I agree with that. Indiana and Wisconsin keep their own, so we all know why they don't go to Illinois.
Hey, Kev, my goal is to make Cockburn a household name.
That didn't sound right.
Come on, man.
That didn't sound right. There's no bad line you can say.
I will state this again. You better not ever go to Champaign, bro. Or you better not ever be around the United Center when they play a game. They play a game up here every year. But not ever be around, bro. Don't come looking for you, man.
Cockburn for everybody, man.
That didn't sound right.
Since we're talking about basketball, man, Rockets hired Mav assistant coach Steven Silas. This man had several jobs around the league. He's been, he coached overseas. He was an executive director of the NBA Retirement Players Association for 3 years. He's been a scout, assistant coach for 6 teams, the Hornets, the Cavs.
Come on, man, you're wrong.
Come on, man.
hey, this is gonna be a household name, man.
You are wrong. It's gonna be a full moon tonight. You tripping?
Like I said, Steven Silas, assistant for the Hornets, the Cavs, the Warriors, the Hornets. I mean, man, African American coaching hire. Kev, what's your thoughts on it, man?
I think it's great. He finally got an opportunity. Like you say, he paid his dues. He bounced around. I want to see more brothers get an opportunity, like Adoka that just signed with Nia Long husband. Paid his dues. He's up for a coaching gig eventually at some point, I would think. your Sam Cassell's, the people that's, Monty Williams got back in. He went down there and turned Phoenix around.
Hey, Kev, hate to cut you off, but I want, since you mentioned Nia Long, happy birthday, sweetheart.
Happy 50th. Yeah.
And he hasn't married her yet, so don't you dare call her a husband. Normal brother still got a chance. Don't hold on.
Oh, I thought they was married. My bad.
No,
but I like to see an opportunity given to a brother like that. I'm tired of all the retreads. The Van Gundys. You're bringing them out the 80s and 90s. You put Tibbs back on the bench in New York. Like, give some of these young brothers that's been on the bench paying their dues, give them opportunity and give them a good team. Houston is a good team. They're not gonna win a championship, but Houston is a good team. Give them that. Stop giving them the Orlandos and the teams, the expansion teams, right? They threw Monty Williams down there in Phoenix. They thought it was a bad job, and look what he did with it.
Turn it around, right?
So give the brothers the opportunities to coach KD, Kyrie. Get them a job. Get them a job coaching Brooklyn with stars and see what they can do. That's all I'm saying. I think it was a good hire.
Tell them goofy-ass stars in Brooklyn to shut up, and maybe the brother could have got an opportunity.
Hey, Lefty.
Well, I agree with that. Jack Vaughn's still on that staff, by the way, too.
So, since we talking about them, Lefty, I'm going to throw this one to you. Mike D'Antonio joins Steve Nash's assistant coaching staff. So, they got Udoka, Vaughn, and Amari Stoudemire, and now they've added D'Antonio. Come on, man. Speak on this.
You know what? It's a great move on Nash's part. If that's what he, if I'm pretty sure he signed off on that to get some experienced coaches around him to hide his weaknesses. So it sounds like he's more there as like a psychiatrist. He's more there to like coach the egos, not really coach basketball. So you bring these other cats. I don't understand the D'Antoni thing. What he going? Because he can't coach defense to save his life. So I don't know if he's gonna implement some run and gun type offense.
Dude, this is Phoenix Suns all over again.
I don't understand. And the fact that Jock Vaughn stayed on that staff, I think is utterly ridiculous as well. There's no way I would have got demoted for no reason, and I stay on the staff. That just wouldn't have happened. But I think it's smart on Nash's part to put good coaches, or that have had some type of success in the NBA around him, so that makes him look. It's going to make him look better. Assistant coaches in the NBA is very it's a very underplayed, downplayed position. Phil Jackson, Tex Winners. No one ever talks about Tex Winners when they talk about all the championships Phil got and implementing the triangle. He actually created it. That's his offense. So I think it's a good move on him, even though I don't care much for Brooklyn or Kyrie or KD. But great move.
Ain't Tex in the Hall of Fame?
Yeah, Tex in. But I mean he don't get the mainstream media attention. Even look at The Last Dance. Tex was barely mentioned. I think they mentioned him once or twice. But he was an intricate part of the Bulls winning 6 championships. And the Lakers winning their championships as well.
That's true. My only thing, before you go, Gandy, my only thing is this. Mike D'Antoni can only coach offense. You don't have those type of players for the old Phoenix Sun days in Brooklyn. So how is this going to work? Secondly, what is Amari Stoudemire going to teach anybody exactly? I'll wait.
How to dunk. That was his only move.
Thank you. See how quiet he got? Thank you. So I don't see this working. They don't have that run and gun. They don't have that type of team, man. It's not the Suns. Why didn't they hire Joe Johnson? Like, why don't you just make it a big Suns reunion? But they don't have that. They don't have that type of team, man.
Hey, Joe Johnson I just want to buckets overseas, man. He's still collecting checks.
I want to piggyback off what Lefty said, because I thought it when I saw the hire and everything. There is no way in hell, if I'm Jock Vaughn, that I'm gonna still be on this staff, knowing that KD and Kyrie got me demoted.
Yeah,
I agree with that.
No way. I would have rather go home and collect unemployment. With that bullshit.
They say Nash reached out to him though.
I don't care who reached out. I don't care who reached out.
I love, the only concern I got about is, which almost seems like it's a setup a little bit, is because he got a decent team, but Silas got to deal with them 2 big ass egos of Westbrook and Harden. That's
well,
gonna be a problem.
So did they hire a new GM yet? Houston?
No.
Or did the owner hire the coach? Like that's weird. That's always weird to me when you hire a coach before a GM. I don't understand that.
Hold on. So didn't the GM for the Rockets go over to Philly as
right? Maury went to Philly.
So that's my next topic. Now we're gonna go into smoke and ash, man. I need y'all to smoke to it, or I need y'all to ash this. Pink slip coming soon. Stay tuned. Elton Brand is his time in Philly on the clock because Daryl Morey is over there as basketball operations manager. But the team said they're keeping Brand as the GM. Is this putting him on notice that his pink slip is coming? Lefty, smoking or ashing?
I'm smoking to it. They gave him a 1 year notice instead of a 2 week. They gave him a 1 year notice. This is your last year. Morey is not going to sit back and whenever you bring in a bigger boss, somebody over you, they want to bring in their people. So Morey is not going to sit back. Daryl Morey is not going to sit back. He didn't hire Brand. I'm pretty sure Morey thinks he's smarter than Elton Brand. So I don't see no way in the hell that he survives after this year.
Yeah.
Same thing what Lefty said, man. Prior to this happening, I thought that they loved what Elton Brand was doing. They seemed to support the brother and everything. But with Morey coming over, that's the writing is on the wall. They're going to bring in their own people. And Elton is, bro, start shopping right now.
Mm-hmm.
It's done.
What you got on there, KDL? What's your thoughts?
I'm with the fellas. I'm smoking to it. Elton Brand lost Jimmy Butler. He lost J.J. Redick. He overpaid Al Horford, and he gave Jimmy Butler's money to
Harris.
Tobias Harris, right?
Yeah, Tobias Harris. Terrible.
Right. Move. So because he did that, and they have struggled, they brought in Daryl Morey, and they basically telling Elton Brand, "Hey, seek greener pastures. You have 1 year, and this is 1 year, and he's gonna bring in his own GM. No different. Now let me tell you about the coach in Houston real quick. They hired him without a GM, so that means when they hire a GM, it's the ultimate setup. If things go right, to say, you know what? I didn't hire him. He's not my guy.
That's why I didn't get it. That's why I didn't get it all. Like, you don't have a GM, how you gonna hire a coach?
But see, you got to be wary of that when you take the coaching job. But if they give you the opportunity to coach James Harden, Russell Westbrook, you can't turn it down. So you're in a catch-22 too. As you out looking for a job. Hey, we want you at Houston, but ain't no GM.
Can I ask the panel a question? Do you think Houston trades Harden and blow it up and start over? Or would you if you was a GM, the new GM coming in?
Man, that's strong, Lefty.
Yeah,
that's you know what?
Championship window was closed.
Yeah, it's done. That's been gone.
The championship was closed.
That's been gone. So it could be wise, and you can get a lot of parts. You can get a lot of parts for Harden. A lot of parts.
Yeah.
I think
you can get some parts for Westbrook too. So
I'm pretty sure Westbrook goes before Harden though.
I guarantee you, Houston will be in the overseas international player market strong now.
Okay, question: do you trade Harden or Westbrook?
Westbrook.
Both.
Westbrook gotta go.
Both.
Okay, so you trade Westbrook
because they can't play. But
they're not going to trade both of them.
You can't get rid of Harden right out the gate because now you're gonna lose money, fans. Right. You're gonna lose a lot. But
so Westbrook gotta go.
Sometimes you gotta go ahead and know when to blow up the shop and start over.
But the question with Westbrook is, what's his trade value? I mean, he had a horrible playoffs, so like, what are you going to get for him? I think the only team that'll probably do it is the Knicks. And the Knicks going to send you a bunch of bums.
Hey, Lefty, I got about
somebody
I got 20 of these cigar bands for Westbrook.
Exactly.
Damn.
So all you can really get is some bad contracts or some horrible players that have underperformed. I don't know what you really gonna get for Westbrook. I wouldn't break the bank for Westbrook.
So I'll give you the question, Lefty. If you were a GM, how much would you give up for Harden?
I'll break the bank for Harden. You get a couple of number one picks, and a player of your choice. It's James Harden. I mean, the man put up 30 with his eyes closed. And he my cousin because he left-handed. But that's no here nor there.
I don't.
Especially if he goes to if he goes to New York, he could own New York, man.
Or if just say because Morey there, just say Philly. You put him with Embiid, that's a problem. That's a problem. With Doc Rivers coaching,
that's
a problem.
Will he go and be?
Lefty, you had me until you said Doc Rivers coaching.
I know how you feel about Doc Rivers.
Come on. No, it's Glenn. Refer to him.
I'm sorry. That's right. He's Glenn now.
It's Glenn.
Glenn.
Sit your old goof ass down.
but Morey might he in basketball operations. He may call the owner, be like, "Look, man, you know it's over. That's why I left. Come on, party with Harden, man. What you want? You know what I mean? He might try to pull it.
You probably had to give up Ben Simmons and some number ones.
Yeah, of course.
He got to bring that up anyway.
You could get rid of that card. You can get rid of Horford. You can get rid of Simmons. You can get rid of you can get your contract.
They got a lot of pieces. If they go to another team, they can still be competitive.
And they're Harden in the East.
Ooh.
Harden in the East. Get killed in the East.
Ooh.
But they got to find a way to get out of that Horford contract. That was a horrible contract with someone who's a shell of a player.
That's what I'm saying.
They can send him back to Boston. Because it's the first year of the deal. I don't know, like, there's so much money owed on that deal, man.
To Atlanta.
But it has to be an even trade.
I don't even think Atlanta take that deal, man. Like, I don't know who would take that deal.
So, okay, let's go ahead and keep smoking ass rolling. Sink or swim. You smoking to it or ashing to it? Tua, I'm just saying, Tua T. Facing the Rams as QB1.
I couldn't wait till you try to pronounce that name. I was
Never.
gonna laugh my ass off.
I knew you was waiting for it. That's why I said Tua T. So he's coming out against the Rams. Now, you know the Rams has a decent, and your man is back there, right? Your man is back there going to be licking his chops to get it to it. Is he going to have a great game or is he going to have a horrible game? Smoking ash to it. Let's go, Gandhi, DJ Serengeti.
Are you kidding me, man? Ashing to this all the way, man. You know what's about to happen to Tua, man. Did you see what happened Monday night? The worst thing you could do is debut against probably the best, I ain't going to say the best defense, but the best defensive player in the league. Dude, I'm ashing to that all the way. That's ridiculous, man. They could have, Stephen A even said that, man. Y'all could have waited one more week, man. Y'all do not throw this dude out to Aaron Donald, man.
Hey.
That's suicide. That's sick.
KDL.
I got to agree with Gandhi. I'm going to add to it on several fronts. I'm going to add to it because you're right. You don't have this man debuting against Aaron Donald. That's number one. Knowing he going to get to him. Number two, he shouldn't be starting right now anyway. They were winning with Fitz magic, and you let Fitz, you know how to do this. Lucky going to disagree with me, but you let Fitz magic run out. You know it was going to run out at some point. You let it run out, and then you bring him in. You don't just randomly go get him and say, now's the time. And the next game he plays against Aaron Donald. That's the coach's fault.
That's
set that man up for failure.
So
let him get some confidence and start out against Dallas or something.
I'm with y'all. I'm gonna add to it, but obviously, this was planned right after they drafted him, that he was going to be the starting quarterback after the bye week. Because even though you know, me and Kev kind of went back and forth about Fitzpatrick, and he should still be starting. He wasn't playing poorly at all, but it seemed like this was premeditated. Like they knew, regardless of what was going on, unless they were undefeated or something, that Tua T was going to be the starter. Yeah. You see, I got out of that. That Tua T was going to be the starter right after the bye week. Now, I got to ask Tua because the Rams finna eat. Aaron Donald and them boys finna eat. And then you got Jalen Ramsey on the corners taking out your best receiver. Young man about to take some lumps. In his first start. But, hey, get in there and get it over with. Get it out the way.
After the game, he's going to be like Martin. I don't want to fight no more, Gina.
Yeah.
I don't want to fight no more.
Pull some grass out your helmet. You got to go. It's going to happen eventually. Go on, get it out of the way. Knock it out. Get it out the way.
My biggest concern about that is with their offensive line sucking the way it do. Is Tua completely healthy?
We're gonna find out.
You find out dogs, and we don't even know if that hip is totally right yet.
Hey, we gonna find out.
You gonna learn tomorrow.
That's right.
You gonna learn tomorrow.
And we're gonna see if he can run.
Right. Because he's gonna have to.
He gonna do a lot
to get out that pocket.
Well, I don't think they would invest that high of picking him and then throw him on the field if they didn't know he was completely healthy. I don't believe that.
I get you on that, Lefty.
I believe he
but I want to see him after he get hit. After he tries to scramble, and when them cornerbacks come up, them DBs hit him. Let's see. I want to see how he gets up.
Yeah, that's true.
That's with you too, Lefty.
I mean, hell, Alex Smith just came back from a. Damn, they had to cut his leg off, and he came back and played. So I think he all right. He ready to go.
Yes,
I think that's ridiculous too.
I just want to
going back to what you were saying, Lefty, on it being an off-season decision. Who in their right mind would look at their schedule and say, we go bring him in after bye week? They know Aaron Donald is in that game.
I don't think it would have mattered if they was playing the Chiefs, the 85 Bears, whoever. They had already had in their mind that after the bye week, this man was starting. They committed to it.
That's why the Dolphins are the Dolphins.
Right. I don't think it matters.
Well, apparently Fitzmagic forgot because he was hurt by it.
Well, they didn't even tell him. But as my man Lucky Lefty would say, Fitz was a temp.
He was definitely a temp. And Big Joe came in, Bo Jackson all over again. Damn. He in the Bo Jackson.
Not the Bo Jackson.
Well, Bo was a running back.
Yeah,
I hope, survive as a quarterback.
I hope not, Joey. Man.
Okay. So let's go on to the next motion. To MVP or not to MVP? That is the question. Let me know who you smoking to or who you ashing to right now, week 8, our potential MVPs. Russell Wilson, Tom Brady, Big Ben. Who do you feel as the top candidate that's smoking ash to these 3 individuals? Because right now,
that's the thing.
That's easy.
And the reason I didn't put in
Mahomes
and Jackson because they've been exposed.
Well, why not Ben Roethlisberger?
You said Ben.
I said Big Ben.
You said Big Ben. Okay, Big Ben.
Big Ben is in there. You know, well, I took out Tannehill because he was exposed.
Mahomes hasn't been exposed.
Not really.
What?
How was he exposed?
He's still doing his thing. They lost one game.
In that Raiders game?
Yeah, they lost one game.
Yeah. That Raiders game. Come on. Stop.
So he lost one game and he got
I ain't gonna say he's exposed.
It ain't about them losing the game. It's how they lost the game. They offense.
I ain't gonna say he was exposed.
The man can't have a bad game. He got exposed.
Hey,
Mahomes is still Mahomes.
Right.
So I kick it off. I kick it off. Who's the 3? You said Brady, Roethlisberger, who?
And Russell,
Tom, and Big Ben. Now, this has remained fluid because I had this on there last week that we didn't talk about it, and I had Mahomes out there. I had
that's cool.
Hill out there. So this is going to remain fluid, and this question is going to keep coming back up, and the participants are going to change. So let's talk about this.
So it's cool. I'm gonna smoke to Russell and Big Ben as far as being in the MVP race. Brady, I'm not on full ash, even though, they look good against Green Bay. They look good the last 2 weeks against Green Bay and the Raiders. I gotta give them a slight tap, but that not knowing it was 4th down just don't sit right with me.
Yeah.
Even though it's against my Bears, that don't sit right with me. And I think at some point he gonna take too many hits. And I don't see. I think everybody's overhyped on Tampa Bay. My man Colin Cowherd ranked them the #1 team in the NFL right now. I think people they're hyping them up a little too much.
Now I'll say I'm gonna put this out. Let me be clear. I put Tom out there for a little bit for his play, but most of all because of his leadership and how he has changed that entire team into a winning mindset. He's changed the culture.
And he's the face of the league. He's one of the faces of the league. So I mean, Tom Brady name gonna hold weight, so it's gonna always be in that conversation, especially when he's playing decent. I don't think he's playing at an MVP level, not one bit.
No.
But because of who he is, his name will be in the conversation.
Gandy, let's go. Who you smoking to and who you ashing to?
I agree 100% with what Lefty said, man. I'm smoking to Russell Wilson and Ben. Ben a little bit less than Wilson. Wilson is winning the race, but Ben is in there because they undefeated. And he's doing his thing. But Brady, only thing he in there is because of his name. If you ask me, I would have replaced his name with the man we've been talking about for the last 10 minutes, Aaron Donald. No defensive player go win it, but he should be mentioned because he is killing the league.
We gotta go and see if Ivan can pull that stat. When was the last time a defensive player won MVP of the league?
Wasn't it Reggie White or something like that?
Man,
I think so.
Time.
JJ Watt came close.
Yeah.
Well, Aaron Donald looked good last week because he was playing the Bears.
No, he
that's neither here nor there. Neither here nor there. Hey man, look, I'm gonna smoke to Russell Wilson. I think he's good right now as far as MVP. I think if Ben Roethlisberger beats Baltimore tomorrow and they go to 7-0 or 6-0, 7-0, I believe.
Yeah.
Ben Roethlisberger's name is gonna start coming into the MVP, especially if you have a good game. Let me clear this up for y'all. Tom Brady is not the MVP of the league. Shouldn't even be on this list. His defense is playing better than he is. Let that sink in.
His defense don't get no pull though. Don't get no media representation.
That's why Tampa Bay is good right now. I'm not saying Brady has nothing to do with it, but he's not up there at the MVP. He ain't playing on no MVP level. His defense is, but he's not. So let's take him out. This is going to ultimately come down to Mahomes. This is going to ultimately come down to Russell Wilson, and I think Ben Roethlisberger. That's what I think.
Ivan, what's up?
Yeah, the last defensive MVP. I mean, I knew it. I had to look it up though, just to make sure. It was 1986, Lawrence Taylor.
Damn!
Wow.
LT baby.
Damn! I at least went Reggie White.
Yeah, I thought Reggie White might have got it when he went to the Packers.
Hey,
I thought Reggie White would have got it too.
Hey, that's.
I think he was Super Bowl MVP though.
Yeah,
I think he was Super Bowl MVP.
Hey, cocaine was very powerful back then, so yeah.
Well, that's typical. That's typical last defensive MVP New York Giants.
Well, I mean, it's gonna always be like that. I mean, so football, like, you know, the most important pieces don't really get no shine no way, because I don't care who you are. If you ain't got an O-line, you ain't got a quarterback. If you ain't got a D-line, you ain't got a secondary. You gotta dominate up front. If you don't dominate up front, it's not gonna matter. Everybody talks about the Cowboys of the 90s, right? I'm going off a little bit. I'm sorry, Ben. We get right back. But the Cowboys of the 90s, man, that line with Newton and those cats, Hall of Fame offensive line, man.
The whole line.
That line, but all you hear is Troy Aikman, Emmitt Smith, Michael Irvin. They never gonna get the credit. But if you don't have those cats, those big men up front, it's not gonna matter. And that's what makes Russell Wilson so impressive. He doesn't have a great offensive line.
And they talked about this on First Take too, which I would think it's a good panel question, probably even for next week, with the Bears situation, with their horrible offensive line. We all know that Nick Foles is a better quarterback, but is Trubisky a better quarterback for the Bears because of their offensive line due to his elusiveness and everything? Because Foles is a sitting duck.
Yeah,
they don't have enough time to stretch the field because of that offensive line. But Mitch can get away in bad time sometimes. So,
but Trubisky had 3 years to do it, and he didn't do it.
So let's keep this train moving. This MVP question will come back next week and the week after, because like I say, it's going to remain fluid, and you'll see some different names that will pop in and pop out based on how the season is going. So now, my next question, Smoking Ash, Browns better without OBJ. Now,
they ain't good with him. So
offensive stats are better when he's not in the lineup.
I'm going to add to this, and I think the statement, and I saw this on sports shows all week too, is absolutely ridiculous. There's no way that the offense is better without OBJ when OBJ is the best player out there on offense outside of the running backs. So that's ridiculous. The problem is the quarterback. That's the problem. Let's say it what it is. This ain't OBJ and they better without OBJ. He should get out that hellhole anyway, to be honest with you. But this has nothing to do with them being better. I don't care what the stats say. You know why? Because the quarterback can't throw him the ball. That's why the stats look like it's better when he's out, because the quarterback can't get him the damn ball. He got hurt on a play because of the quarterback. Did y'all peep that?
Yeah.
So come on, man.
Interception.
I'm asking to that all day long.
Now, for time constraints, we got about 10 minutes before we go to break. We're gonna go into what's your fantasy. All right, let's talk about fantasy. Now, play them or bench them. At your QB, are you going to play Lamar Jackson versus the Steelers defense, or you gonna bench him? Lefty.
I think you always play Lamar Jackson just because his legs. That's hard to defend. It doesn't matter how good your defense is. You got to defend a dual threat, even though his passing isn't as good as it was last year. But I think you always play Lamar Jackson. You never bench him.
Okay.
Never.
Gandy, running back. Dalvin Cook versus the Packers defense. You benching them or you playing them?
If he's healthy, you start him. The Packers defense ain't all that, man. They've shown all that. Aaron Rodgers is carrying that team. You start them all day long.
Now, Kirk Cousins is your quarterback. That's why you start. Because Kirk Cousins is your quarterback.
Hey, you've been riding Kirk.
So that means
More than I ever have. You know that, Lefty. I used to ride Kirk.
But Lefty has a point. Kirk Cousins is my quarterback. That means I'm running a lot.
He gonna eat. Dalvin Cook gonna eat as long as he healthy. He gonna eat.
That's an easy start.
You ain't finna throw Kirk Cousins 30, 40 times no damn game.
No.
I don't know. They've done that before and have ignored Dalvin Cook plenty of times. So I'm 50-50 with that. Like I feel like you're right. Like they could ignore Dalvin Cook and throw it 50 times, but they could also go ahead and be smart,
especially if they get behind early.
Yeah,
that's the problem. But
Kirk Cousins is your quarterback. Period.
You gotta live and die with it. You gotta live and die with it.
You gotta kill two birds with one stone, though. I mean, you gotta run the ball to keep the ball out of Aaron's hands.
Right. I agree.
I mean, that should be game plan number one.
If they mess up and get
the back problem of that one is, like you said, they fall behind early.
So KDL, wide receiver, Chase Claypool versus the Ravens defense. You benching them or you starting them?
I would start them. You know why? Because the strength of the Ravens defense is their up front, not their secondary. That's not their strength. You can't run on the Ravens, simply similar to how you can't run on Pittsburgh. But wide receiver wise, they move Claypool around. Yes, I would start him. I would. And I know Pittsburgh got a good defense, but I would start him. That ain't their strength in the secondary.
In the words of Sly, I would ask you, are you high? But you did make a valid point on the back end. But Baltimore, Pittsburgh is always a grinded out game though. You ain't finna have no shootout. It ain't finna be no 45 to 40 type game. It's gonna be a grind out.
It never is.
Lefty, make sure you watch this game because it's gonna be some hard sticking.
Oh yes, sir. Yes, sir. Oh, they hitting these games. They hit. I can see a 23-20 type game. That's how all their games kind of roll though.
17-14.
Kev, I'm gonna keep it on you for tight end. Are you starting or benching Evan Ingram versus the Bucs defense?
Oh,
glad you picked him.
Oh, man, I can start him because he's a giant. But he probably ain't gonna do nothing against that Bucs defense, man. So unfortunately I would say sit him.
Gandy got a comment on this, but I'm scared to even go to you on this one.
I'm going to start him, and you know why? They're going to be down 30 in the first quarter, so they're going to have to throw the ball a lot.
First of all, they're not going to be down 30. Don't you disrespect us. Don't you disrespect us. Don't you disrespect us. Hey, man.
In the words of our missing Sly, are you high? Not starting Ingram.
I will start Drew. They're going to have to throw the ball 50 times because they're going to be behind early and often. Start him.
It don't matter. But Daniel Jones running for his life the whole damn game. So he ain't gonna be able to hit his life.
Hey, come on. And don't you take Gandy, don't take shots at the Giants just because we just saw this debacle on national TV last Monday. Don't start taking shots at the Giants.
Hey man, stay out of Bears business. You see this blanket behind
I'm just saying.
This blanket behind me, stay out of Bears business.
Lefty,
come on, man.
Lefty for the team.
And it was a debacle.
So the Saints offense versus the Bears defense. You starting the Saints offense or you benching them?
Damn, man. I you know, the fan in me, the loyalty in me want to say, of course, you sit them because it's the Bears defense. But no, I'm going to say start them because the way the Bears offense is looking right now, the Saints going to be on the field a lot. They're going to have a lot of opportunities. So I would say start them, man. Even though Michael Thomas is out again, he got a hangnail. He can't play.
So is Sanders still in COVID-19 quarantine? I think Sanders is out too.
Yeah, but with Kamara, I mean, the only thing I can say is, you know, with the Saints O-line, it doesn't look as good as it's looked in past years. So Mack and Quinn could eat. They may eat, and that could cause some big disruption. But the Bears' inability to put points on the board just bothers me, man. I think the Saints gonna have too many opportunities, and Drew Brees gonna hit on a few of those.
I need him to hit Kamara because that's my fantasy player. But carry on.
I need you to drink bleach. How about that? Wow. and you my boy. And we both.
I gotta drink bleach like the president.
Right, like the president told.
Dang.
Do as Donald Trump would do.
So Andy, I got a bonus one for you. You gonna start Joe Burrow against the Titans defense, or you gonna bench him?
He's benched immediately.
Titans been playing ball though. The young boy playing.
Yeah, yes. He's playing, but he's throwing picks too. We're talking about fantasy. He's throwing picks, and he's not ready for the Titans defense, bro. I mean, it depends on what's on your roster, pretty much. If you got anybody better than Joe Burrow or even close, you better start that man because Joe Burrow is going to sink against the Titans defense.
Well, if you ain't got nobody better than Joe Burrow on your fantasy league, you need to stop playing fantasy because you can't draft. You clearly can't draft.
Facts. You can get somebody on the waiver wire to start.
right.
But Burrow
clearly can't draft.
Yeah, he's not bad, but the Titans defense is tough, man. He's gonna struggle. Bench him all day long, for real.
All right, last bonus question. That's to everybody. Melvin Gordon versus the Chargers defense. The revenge game.
I don't think it really matters because Denver sucks, and they're gonna probably fall behind early though. I can see the Chargers jumping out on them quick. So I wouldn't start him. I think he's gonna get the opportunities. I don't think he's gonna get the carries. It could be a grind out game. Maybe it's snowing or something.
Man, that brother ain't gonna do nothing, man. He still got a lot of friends that are Chargers on the field. They gonna take that brother out the night before. They gonna get drunk as hell. He gonna relive that DUI, and Philip Lindsay gonna get most of the damn carries.
Hey,
brought up the man DUI.
You gonna bring up the man DUI?
Terrible.
Come on, man.
Terrible.
Hey.
I'm gonna take an opposite road. I'm gonna say start. Because I think he's gonna go at his old team, and I think Denver, old man Vic, is gonna see to it that he gets the ball. Lindsey a bad boy, though, don't get me wrong. But I think they're gonna give Melvin Gordon the ball so he can go at his own team or his old team.
Kevin, you should be drinking with Melvin Gordon right now.
Well, who is Denver's starting quarterback? Ain't the quarterback Drew Lock hurt?
No,
Lock back.
Drew Lock.
No, he back.
Oh, he back.
He back.
I want to say one thing about Joe Burrow. Joe Burrow is number 2 in passing yards and number 2 in completions. So, as far as fantasy, touchdowns ain't there because it's the talent on the field. I mean, he's going to do so much. But as far as fantasy, he's putting up the yards. He's getting the completions.
All right, is he getting the touchdowns though?
That's what I'm saying. Like that's the only thing.
And that's what fantasy is. If he's not getting the rushing yards and the touchdowns, the passing yards can only take you so far.
And there's clearly 20 better options out there.
If you have the 20 better options.
It gotta be 20 better options than Joe Burrow. I mean, I'm just saying, and no, Joe Burrow actually, surprisingly, he's been balling, man.
He's balling, man.
I actually had him on the bus radar.
He's having a good season.
I thought he was gonna be a bust.
He's better than I thought he was.
Yeah, definitely.
But we're talking fantasy, which is a whole different thing.
Yeah, he can't put no touchdowns up. You can't.
Yeah, no touchdowns, no rushing yards. No, because hell, he can throw for 100 yards and only get what 8-9 points.
Right, exactly.
So if he get 300 yards, he may get 15. You need more than that out your quarterback.
Yeah, you definitely need more.
Okay, let's talk about NFL news and notes. What was your thoughts when you sat and watched DK Metcalf chase down Buda Baker on that almost pick six? So, Gandy, I'm gonna let you speak on that. When you saw that, either you was watching the game or you saw it Sunday morning?
I was watching it. First thing I said is break out the cup, make that man piss in the cup right now, because that is on straight boards. It is not possible for a man that damn big. And dude, I saw it the next morning. They timed him. He was going 21 miles an hour.
He was moving.
Okay, hold on, Danny. You said he was going 21 miles an hour, but guess what? So was Daniel Jones before his debacle.
Damn. At least he didn't fall.
Yeah. One person had a debacle. I saw a whole team last Monday have a debacle. But carry on.
Well, I don't see how you're surprised seeing that you're watching one of the greatest of all time, LeBron James, play. He's a freak of nature. DK Metcalf is a freak of nature. I think he's a damn mutant too, because that dude is swole.
Dude, you cannot be that big, and he basically ran a 4.2 when he chased that dude down.
Hey man, it happens.
I never seen a guy that big run so fast with pink hair. Like I've never seen that in my life. Like this dude was moving.
Big Joe said, "Running from your mama." Yes, sir. Hey, Big Joe, trying to get home when them street lights come on. You haul ass in when the street lights come on.
When I saw that, I was just holding up a cup like, bro, you peeing in this before you even go to the locker room.
But you got to man, he's 6'4". His strides, if you see it in slow motion, his strides, he had long gazelle strides.
He definitely had the track star thing going on. Yeah, but you know, it shows the evolution of the athlete, of today's athletes, man. It's crazy that these dudes can be so big and be as fast as they are, man. Like and I'm pretty sure he's not the only one. I mean, he just pulled off, an amazing feat. But man, when I watch the combine every year, like I be so amazed at this combine when I see these big 300-pound cats running sub 500s, sub 5s in the 40. Like, you know how fast you got to move to be 300 pounds and run a sub 5, man? Like, the game is fast. It's a fast game, man.
I saw that when I saw Javon Curse back in the combine, and he had like a 50-inch vertical.
Yeah, Curse was.
They called him the freak.
Athletes are freak of natures, dog. Like now, they're just freak of nature.
Curse was a freakish athlete too.
So, what do you guys feel about the rumor or what they suggesting for the Super Bowl, having fans at 20%, and that's around 13,000 fans, and they'll be in like pods. They'll be in like these bubble pods to be in the Super Bowl. What's your thoughts on that, KDL?
I'm surprised there's not going to be more fans because Florida governor is a fool. Damn. So he's just trying to make money, and he's going to pack the stadium as much as possible because he's listening to Trump. So I don't know how you kind of you would say 13,000?
Yeah, around 13,000. What they
Does that include the media and the media?
Just fans.
Just fans.
Just fans. I'm surprised there's not going to be more, to be honest. Remember, dude said from the jump he wanted to have a full Super Bowl, right? Remember that? So I wouldn't be surprised if it's more fans. Florida governor don't care, man. COVID means nothing.
You got to look at even look at college football when they paying the stands down south. Man, they got clusters of fans all over Alabama, Clemson, all of they. Man, Florida, they got these people. Georgia,
Mississippi.
Yep. Yeah, they got fans.
Yeah. I'll be interested to see how they make the NCAA this year.
I can't imagine the Super Bowl with no fans though. Like I can't imagine it. If they're gonna do the pod thing, and I say, hey, why not? But the Super Bowl with no fans, I don't know if y'all wrestling fans, I'm a wrestling fan. They had WrestleMania this year with no fans. It was terrible.
They still doing it now with the little fake fans.
Yeah, but no fans the Super Bowl is the Mecca, man. Like that's the ultimate sports highlight of the year, man. Like no fans. I can't imagine that.
It's a pandemic, man.
That also means you don't get that big halftime show on the field. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I don't even know what they're gonna do.
It's gonna be virtual, just like these award shows and stuff. They doing these virtual.
Yeah, they're gonna have Shakira from the crib dancing halftime.
I'll take that anywhere.
Well, those are.
But hey, man, it's a pandemic.
How much would you pay to sit in the pod though?
If I got that bread, I'll pay it. Shit, if I got
you gonna pay some money. Now they for the few pods they give out. Oh, you're gonna pay some money for it. You best believe that.
Because the Super Bowl is bigger than the game. It's an experience, man. It's the whole day. Exactly. It's Super Bowl is just like, and I know we're going through a pandemic, Kev. I get it, but I don't know. Can you imagine that? A Super Bowl with like silent, just people on the sidelines yelling?
And that's when I'm talking about this pod thing. If I'm a fan and I'm about to drop Super Bowl money for a Super Bowl ticket, I want the full experience, which you obviously ain't gonna get.
But you can't even have the parties. You can't have the week-long parties. Like
yeah, what's the point? What's the point?
The club's gonna be closed.
I mean, I would love to see the fans there. I mean, if we go out without the fans, the fans will be missed. But I'll get an NFL credit on this one. I've watched all the games, and I'm not really missing out on much with no fans being there.
Because they pumping in that artificial.
So imagine this: if Tampa Bay is
they can do that for the Super Bowl.
So imagine it's in Tampa Bay. The Super Bowl's in Tampa. If the Buccaneers make it to the Super Bowl,
oh, it's crazy.
Like you gonna drop that bread.
Oh yeah. The
Buccaneers ain't seen the Super Bowl since they existed.
The home team is in. Yeah, you dropping that bread, no doubt.
They're gonna drop that bread.
Yeah, that's different. If the home team is playing in it, that's different.
So you know what? It is kind of horrible to watch with no fans, because if you look at like the halftime shows with Howie and all of them, they're usually outside. They got fans around and stuff. Now it's just the 3 or 4 of them outside. Man, I turn the channel because it has lost its effect, and you can't manufacture crowd noise out there because you see there is no crowd.
It definitely is. It's definitely like that on the college pregame shows and everything, because they used to really feed off the crowd with them kids. Yeah. They be turned up. But
I know all us that play sports. There's always something about when the fans into it to pump you up, man.
Especially if
you're supposed to play basketball, like a big dunk, and that crowd reaction. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like it'll give you a whole new. It'll pump you up, man.
Them fans coming at you, and man, like you said, you get a big dunk. Now you pointing to the crowd like
See, it is nothing like shutting the fans up. It is nothing like hitting a shot on the road and shutting them up and looking at them.
Or like when the old lady in Rockford tried to hit me with the cane on the sideline. That old lady when we played in Rockford tried to hit me with that damn cane. There's something about family rap.
Those are true facts. That this old lady was trying to beat Damani down with her cane.
Wow.
She swung it at me. Wow. I was taking the ball out, and I looked behind me. I said, "She's just swinging." We was beating the brakes off Rockford Boiling.
You was making her lose her bet, bro.
Oh yes, sir. Oh yes, sir.
That's amazing.
That boy moving.
Man, that's crazy. And Buddha Baker was looking back like, hold on. You know what I'm saying?
Where he come from?
Buddha, like, what the fuck?
Oh, where he come from?
I don't know if y'all ever been.
Buddha was probably trying to wave by, and he was like, "Oh shit!"
I don't know if y'all ever been chased by 20 cats in the hood when you run for your life. You ever been chased by them?
Do you think if Buddha would have cut back right across the field, that would have messed up Metcalf's
angle? It would have messed up
angle. If he would have cut back across the field.
But he ain't had time to even think on that, though.
He was just so amazed that motherfucker was that close and gaining on him. He just said, "Let me get as quick to this motherfucker as I can."
He was on his ass.
He was on his ass. Baker said the quickest. By the
time Buddha looked back, he was grabbing him. He was like, "Oh, damn! Where you coming from?"
Hey, I know he looked on the Jumbotron like, "Are you fucking kidding me?"
Listen, that's just like Joey B said, man. Your mama getting after you trying to get that ass, and you thought you got away,
right?
And she on you.
mama just a little too quick.
Yeah, mama on that ass.
Yeah, that was amazing, man. That was amazing.
KL, your boy Jerry Jones on the radio show tells the radio personality, "Shut up," when discussing the Cowboys' lack of leadership in the locker room. Hey, tell me your thoughts. So he told him to shut up.
I wish it was my radio show. I don't care how much money Jerry Jones got. You don't tell me to shut up on my radio show when I'm asking a legitimate question about your sorry team. Like, you and Stephen Jones need to take responsibility for this. This ain't all Mike McCarthy and the coaching staff. This has a lot to do with him being stubborn and honest.
Jerry was sitting there, he asked a question and he kept talking. He's like, "Man, shut up."
Yeah. I wish it was my radio show. I'd have threw him off the show. Sir, security.
Hey, Lefty.
And I would have on his team. I would have. Oh man,
you do realize Jerry Jones, the godfather of Dallas stuff.
I know.
So
I know. He the man.
You might have lost your job if you'd have tried to get back at him. It clearly showed frustration. The dude's frustrated. Of course, it's always high expectations of the damn Cowboys every year, which I never understand. They always overhyped. And now, having to answer these questions, I can see his frustration. Now, I will say, dude did kind of cut him off. He was like, "Well, shut up and let me answer." Like, he was trying to answer the question about leadership in the locker room. It was wrong. It was disrespectful. But at the same time, man, the man going through a horrible season. Both his quarterbacks are down. He just feels like he can't put fans in the stands. Dude, frustrated, man. Get old man a little pull, man.
He sounded like James Brown. Shut up.
Shut up. Oh man, frustrated, man.
I hope it wasn't like Little Richard.
Right.
But when the team is winning, but you instead of interviewing the coach and the players, they always interviewed you after the game. Remember, he came down from the booth. Was always first one to lock room.
Sure.
So therefore, when it's on the other end and your team is terrible, then you take it.
Joey said Jerry, the kid who couldn't play, so he bought a team. Facts.
Yeah.
Facts.
Yeah.
I'm with you on that one, Joey. For real.
Well, that's true.
I mean, you got to be frustrated, man. Like, I commend Matt Nagy how he handled his press conferences. Not to keep going back to the Bears, but they constantly be on him like, "We ain't gonna give up the play call. We ain't gonna stop calling plays. We ain't gonna give it up." And he just kind of stay with the script. But I know at some point he want to be like, "Man, shut the hell up! I ain't giving it up. Stop asking me, damn it."
Every media outlet has been on Nagy about giving up the play calling this week, man. It's been horrible. And I bet you he get home and his wife is like, "Just give it up."
I bet his wife can't ask him nothing. He probably go off on her. "Baby, what a peanut butter." "Don't ask me nothing." "Don't ask me nothing."
He probably come home after the game and she just look at him. "Are you gonna do it this week? Are you finally gonna give it up?"
Man, frustrated as ever. You ever came home from work and was just saying something just blew up? Damn it. No, I want no pancakes. You just go crazy.
Yeah.
Lose your
Especially
mind
after
over
a Monday
nothing.
night game. Ain't nothing got to be said. I'm just going to be looking at him like.
Lose your mind. Like, damn. All now you can say, we 5-2. We 5-2. We 5-2. That's his answer to everything.
Him and the family sitting around, he's like, pass the mashed potatoes. She'd be like, nope. You want to play calling.
Wrong play call. you should have said string beans. Wrong play call.
Hey, man. So let's talk about some of these potential games of the week, man. Steelers versus Ravens, man. Can Lamar get back to his MVP form against the defense, man? What's your thoughts, Gandy?
Nope.
Damn.
No.
It's Action Jackson, baby.
He Action Jackson, but for whatever reason, at least this one could be considered. At least this one is a true rivalry, though, man. I wish they would stop putting Cleveland name with anybody as far as rivalry. This is a rivalry, though. So I just think the Steelers gonna be ready for Jackson. Tomlin is like a Black Belichick to me. He just got the answers to just about everything. He will have something special in store for Jackson. It's not going to happen on this defense.
Okay. KDL, Patriots versus Bills. Big bro versus little bro. That's always the way it's been looked at. Patriots been the big brother. Now you got the Bills, little brother coming into the house. What's your thoughts on that game?
This is a huge game for Buffalo. They're finally going to get over the hump of winning the division. You have to win. You have to kick the Patriots while they're down. You have to win this game if we are to take you serious, Buffalo. So you clearly are the better team, even though they're in a slump. You clearly are the better team. You should beat this New England team if we're going to take you serious. However, if you're Cam Newton and you stink up the joint again, it's you, bro. It's you. Like, I love Cam. I love Cam. Now, I want to give him a look, and I don't know if this has anything to do with it. The man did have COVID. We don't know if he's still going through that or not. They're not making excuses. But clearly something wrong. The man is short-arming balls, throwing them in the dirt. Like, come on, man.
He did that in Carolina, though. Like, I'm blaming him. I'm pretty sure.
He wasn't doing this.
Yes,
he's not 100%.
Not like this.
I don't think Cam is 100%, man.
No, I don't either.
He can be. He can be.
Y'all gonna blame COVID on everything, right?
I'm not gonna blame it.
Why Cam playing bad?
No, it's a factor, though.
I'm not gonna blame it. I'm not gonna say it's because of COVID. What I'm saying was he was playing a lot better before he tested positive. Right or wrong?
He was.
But we know like something wrong, man.
But we knew at some point, like that's we still holding on to MVP Cam. That it's done. He's done on that level. That's why nobody was interested in him. Like he's not that level of quarterback anymore. The Patriots got to establish a running game before they do anything else. Only thing that's going to help Cam is a running game. If you want Cam to drop back 30, 40 times a game, you in trouble.
Okay, so why don't he run? He came out the gate running. Why you don't run down?
Well, hell, he probably tired of getting hit too. That's why he stayed hurt. He took so many hits in Carolina. But you can't just Cam is not that's not MVP Cam no more, man. I know we holding on to it, but it's I'm not looking for MVP Cam. I'm looking for Cam Newton that can step back, throw the ball to the first down marker without throwing it in the dirt before it gets to the receiver. Well, you know what happens when you know what happens when your clothes are too tight. It cut off your circulation, and it's hard to throw when your arm ain't right. Them tight ass suits he be wearing, probably messing them up.
Well, he said he ain't changing his clothes. Had that tight ass shit on, so that's no excuse.
He told y'all he's not changing his wardrobe, so y'all can forget that. He told y'all.
But I agree with you, Kevin, for the simple fact that And I know Ben knows too. I watched on the White Sox, Moncada how he dealt with COVID. It killed this season, bro. That dude was never the same the whole season, so it could affect your play. And he just got off of COVID, so you know he is playing probably 60 to 70% at best.
He won't even practice.
I heard something about the cloud in the brain that it causes something. It was something they were talking about too.
For somebody that has gone through it, you know, I've gone through it. So it took my body after it was gone. It took my body about three, almost 4 weeks to get back to normal, man. I was struggling to take the garbage out, man.
But you was sick though. Dang, he was asymptomatic, right?
So they said
he tested positive.
So they said. I don't believe that he didn't go through.
He had no symptoms. I
Yeah,
didn't hear anything about no symptoms.
I don't believe that, man, because you didn't hear nothing from Cam, and Cam is a Twitter, social media dude. You didn't hear nothing from him during that period.
I give you that.
So Lefty, I'm gonna come to you. Saints versus Bears. Bears need to show some offense. Can they do that against the Saints?
Man, you know what? As a Bears fan, it's hard, but I don't see no fixing this no time soon. Your only hope is that, you know, when it is a big play out there that they can make it. You know, like for instance, when Darnell Mooney was open when he beat Rams on a double move, and Foles ended up overthrowing him. Like I think your only hope is you gotta hit on those plays to have a chance. But if you can't score against the Saints, to try to hold a Drew Brees offense, even without Michael Thomas and Kamara, to try to hold them under 20 points is going to be hard. The Bears need to score 24 to 30 points to even have a chance.
This is not a lockdown defense. That's
well, it's a bend don't break defense, so you can move the ball, but you know you can't give Sean Payton, Drew Brees, you can't give them constantly get them opportunities if you can't keep them off the field. If you can't,
it's supposed to be cold and windy.
It is. But the problem with the Bears is they can't run the ball, they can't pass the ball, they can't block. Like you can't do nothing. So at least if you can run the ball, you can kind of keep Breeze off the field. But your inability to run the ball, you're banking on Foles dropping back in the cold, like you said. You know, already horrible offensive line play. Cody Whitehead look like he's out. So you got a center. Well, I think they went to Walmart and grabbed a greeter. I don't know where he came from. I never heard this dude ever in my life. You got him. You got a left guard who used to be a defensive lineman. They moved to tackle. Like they moved him all over the place. I don't see no fixing it this week, man. Even though I took the Bears just because I'm a homer, but I don't see the offense getting on track. Not against this team.
Damn, Damani, the center went to your school, Notre Dame, bro.
And he still sucked. He probably majored in astronomics or something like that because he clearly wasn't the best football player on there. I don't know how this gonna go.
You do see what's on the screen, right? You see number one is Mr. Smokefella. I'm just got to put that out there.
Well, that's only because I wasn't on here. We can start with that.
How many games am I back? I'm back 5 games.
Hey,
well, y'all see who I took this week.
Like my man Sly, get them sticks, baby. Get them sticks.
It ain't over yet. It's weekend.
See, this is proof in the pudding. I'm looking at the whole top line. And y'all saw when I sent it to y'all in the text. Who was the only one to pick the Falcons? I know these things. Put me up in there, I'm taking over first place.
Well, Gandy, you drink half gallons, so we can't trust you.
Right.
Because you don't know what a fifth look like.
Waste of time, bro.
You drunk.
Waste of time.
Another one of the big games that I got out there is in the NFC North matchup. You got a 50 have a pipper.
Bar, bro. You need to come in a half gallon.
Half gallon of Cockburn.
Yes. Give me a half gallon of Cockburn, baby.
That didn't sound right.
Burn.
He do drink half gallons. I can attest to that. He does drink half gallons.
So now I know we all gonna be watching the NFC North matchup. You know, us as Bears fans, we gonna be looking at Vikings versus Packers. Now, if the Vikings could get their act together and give the Packers a L, we sitting pretty.
Well, looking at who we all picked, we don't have no faith in that happening.
Yeah.
So everybody
know better than that.
That's a fluke at best.
Yeah.
And what's messed up is if Green Bay does lose, the fact that the Bears gonna lose makes it no better.
Damn.
Yes.
Report.
Yes.
Oh,
You my dude.
Wow.
Clearly, Cockburn owned a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
hey.
There's a barrel for you.
I told you, yes. Ivy, you the man.
I'm telling you,
Cockburn for everybody, baby. That's enough Cockburn for everybody.
Hey man, you starting to sound weird, Gandy.
That didn't sound right. That didn't sound right.
Hey, listen.
Starting to sound weird, Gandy.
Hey, we're gonna make Cockburn a household name, and he going #1 in the draft.
And that didn't sound right. That didn't sound right. No, but as far as NFC North, I think if you're a Bears fan like myself, the Bears kind of control their own destiny. You just got to win games. You can't worry about what the Packers doing. And I don't know if you banking on the Vikings beating the Packers with how they've been looking lately. You might as well. Man, I got a bridge to sell you. I got a bridge for sale right now, and some magic beans.
That's a blow.
And some magic beans to sell.
And I will have to say, Kev, your team about to get the brakes beat off them.
Well, he didn't even pick his team. Those are facts.
Well, it's the money line. Well, it's the money line, man. I had to start with the homer stuff, man. It's the money line, so I gotta get the picks right. I can't possibly pick them over Tampa Bay. I'm gonna root for them, and I think they're gonna put up a better fight than what people think. I don't think it's gonna be a blowout, but we'll see.
Hey, Ben, why we not talking about that 49ers Seahawks game, man? That's a big one. 49ers looking a lot better lately. Seahawks coming off a loss.
Bro, what San Francisco is doing with their whole team injured is amazing.
Yeah, you gotta get Shanahan. You gotta get Shanahan some props.
Yeah, he got to get props on this.
And Garoppolo ain't playing like nothing, and they right there in the hunt. I think that's a big game, man. Seattle's defense is horrible, dude.
Terrible.
Well, I didn't put that in a big game because if you've watched any of Seattle's games, it always comes down to the last play.
Right.
They win or lose.
Right.
When they win or lose, it's coming down to the last play. And you can't be a championship caliber team and you coming down to the last play on all your games. It's 50-50 ball with them. And it's crazy.
Well, they was winning the Arizona game, and per the usual, let them come back.
Yeah.
That's what Seattle defense do.
Actually, I think Seattle defense is worse than that Chiefs defense in 2018 when they ended up losing the playoffs. Seattle got to do something. I know they just traded for Carlos Dunlap, I think. They just traded for him.
Yeah.
But I think they need more than that, though, man. They struggling. They need way more than that.
Clemson,
that's gonna catch up with them in the playoffs, man.
Clemson just took the lead.
What?
Yeah, 32-28, man.
Told you.
28.
Wow.
Ain't gonna happen.
They still ain't gonna cover, so whoever picks still winning.
Yeah.
BC.
Yeah. They got a mouthful of Cockburn.
Dang. Hey, before we go, man, can we talk about the IHSA? How they
I'm so sorry, man. We got about a couple minutes left, but man, that's strong. That's strong.
Battery acts.
That's strong.
Blew me away. They said, fuck the governor.
So how do you so let's ask the question. How do you ISSA overrule what the governor said? How do you just say no, we playing?
You do understand when those first schools that play get that hefty ass fine, what they gonna do then?
But you're gonna find them all year? You're gonna find every school? Like how do you do that? Because apparently you can't stop it.
You don't think that
I believe he'd find a way to find every school, yes.
Yeah. So don't think it's possible.
Well, you're right. He probably will. You're right.
He has to make a statement or he gonna look weak as the governor.
Well, they outright punking them. They punking them like, no, we playing and we gonna play on schedule when we gonna play. Like they not even trying to come to some type of mutual decision. They just told him flat out like we playing.
Yeah, they walked out the room.
IHSA.
It says a lot about the respect for the governor of Illinois. Even though I like Pritzker, but it says a lot about their respect, man. They not going. They like, no, it's gonna happen. Like, what you gonna do?
That's total defiance. That's just
total.
Now I'm gonna tell you right now.
We need to just give him a backhand right now.
They told him to get out the room and close the door behind him.
My brother, Lori Lightfoot is going to have.
Come on, man, your brother.
Oh man, that's the mayor.
Come on, man.
The backlash is gonna come for her because she's
Auntie Lori, man.
She's gonna have to levy the fine. So the backlash is gonna come on her.
No, but what about the downstate schools?
Right, everybody said they playing.
Yeah, downstate schools, but here in the city, guaranteed the backlash come on Lori. Guaranteed.
Well, it's gonna be up to each individual school to make a decision to not play. If the IHSA, I think that's what they're doing. They kind of putting it in the individual schools' hands because it is going to be up to those schools to say, hey, we're not playing, just forget it. You know, now if all the schools go against it, it's a total slap in the face. It's a total disrespect, but it does show a non-care for what's going on. Like it really does. It's a bad situation.
The IHSA is trying to become the NCAA on this one, and I think they're going to lose.
That's gangster.
Hey, real quick, I hate to say this.
They're gonna lose. That's all I'm saying. You can applaud them and all that, and having the cojones to come like that, but they're gonna lose.
They're gonna lose. That's a fact.
I hate to say this because they're kids.
Fun to watch.
I hate to say this because they're kids, but we've watched professionals, we've watched college football. Hopefully, they don't happen in college basketball. But there's going to be a couple of individuals, if not teams, that catches the COVID, or somebody's going to test positive. And let's see what happens then, how the teams respond, how the IHSA responds when it happens. Because it happens in every sport.
Well,
baseball.
We're dealing with more kids than
exactly. That's what I want. Oh wow.
Now you're dealing with
wow. But Ben, that's a great point. These are kids who really don't have a say so. So we're talking about the heads that are saying no. These ain't the kids. Like you can tell these kids, hey, it ain't happening this year. That's it. They already shut football down. So like, how is it that you come now? So it bothers me. It bothers me a bit because now you're putting kids in a certain position to say, get out there and play. But if you got a sickly parent or a grandparent that's raising you, or something like that, like now you're putting grown man decisions. Well, let's say adults, not just men, but the girls too. You're making kids make an adult decision, and I don't agree with that. I think that's bad, man. I would be okay with them pushing the season back at least.
So what if some of the parents say, "Hey, you're not playing. I don't care what the IHS say."
Listen, we're gonna bring this up. There's gonna be more to come on this next week's show. We'll have this at the top of the show so we can really get into the discussion on this because some things are gonna happen within the next week that'll give us more to discuss. We at the end of the show. Man, we could keep going and we could be on here for 5 hours because there's so much stuff. So we're at the end of the show, but we're gonna give our outgoing parts. Lefty. We'll go with Gandy since you're the guest. Man, say goodbye to the people, man.
Well, I want to just say thanks for having me, man. It's been a blast, y'all. And just to go off with I see it's right here by Lucky Lefty's name, man. Go out and vote. If y'all haven't done it yet, please go out and vote. Exercise your right, y'all. It's more important than it's ever been. I know the Obama thing was real important, but man, we really got to get this fool up out of here, y'all. That's on the serious note. But on the other note, don't be afraid of no drink, y'all. Hit your local Benny's. Get you a bottle of that Cockburn, baby. Get your Cockburn.
That didn't sound right.
Man, that was a terrible statement. Come on. Hey, I want to thank everybody for tuning in, man. Per the usual on Saturdays, man, taking y'all time to rock with us. We really appreciate it. I did this yesterday, but I encourage everybody to go out and vote. Last chance, we got to do it. It has to be some type of change in the upper echelon of the country. Has to be a change, man. I'm not telling you who to vote for. It's telling you itself. But hey, At least you vote. Your vote counts. Your vote matters. Please go out and vote. Thank you.
Lefty.
Y'all see my thing on vote, and I agree with Gandhi and Kev. I got the same sentiment as far as get out there and vote. But let's take this COVID thing a little more serious. We gotta at some point we all want to get back to normal. I know we kind of in a rush, but as soon as if we have to shut it down for a month or two just to get right, man, just to stay safe, to get past this thing, then let's do it. It's been going on too long. It's the second wave. It's getting worse, man. Be safe. Wear your mask. Wash your hands. And look, I know the plane tickets are cheap. But if you can avoid traveling, and try to shut it down for a minute. And just, let's get that right so we can just get back to a normal life. People losing jobs. It's just getting bad out here, man. And holidays are coming up, and I know we all want to have a great holiday season, even though as bad as this year has been. But please be safe out there, y'all. Let's take this a little more serious. That's all. And thanks to everybody who following us every week.
Thank you, everybody that's been following us, man. Every Saturday, like I say, rocking with us, man. But Tuesday, get out there and vote if you haven't. If you have, man, more power to you. But continue to rock with us, man. There's a lot of things that we got going on. SmokeFellas, Humidor Shop Talk, Humidor Sports Podcast, Chicago SportsZone, man. Thanks for showing us love every week. But stay tuned. And on that note, we out of here.
Peace.
Get your cock burned, baby.
Damn, that didn't sound right.
Gandhi, that's weird, man.
That didn't sound right.